Hello, my fellow Fibro warriors. CJ back again. Hope you're all doing okay. I've written down some life hacks, some things I do to make life a bit easier for myself, and I thought I would share them with you. Let me know what you think. I've had to write them down because there's no way I would remember these in a million years. So, if you're somebody that forgets to take your medication, either set up a calendar on your on your calendar on your phone. Set a reminder. That's one way. The other way is to buy something like this: cheap plastic containers for your medication. So you could pop, I don't know, maybe you take tablets 4 times a day. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop them all in. Can't open the lid. Pop them all in of a morning. So you've got them all in there ready. And then you will know by looking at that, if you can't remember if you've taken your medication, you'll know that there's the morning one, there's the lunchtime one. I knew I wouldn't be able to shut that. There's the tea time one, there's the evening one. So you can get these different sizes, different shapes. They're very cheap in pharmacies in the UK. Just a thought. There's no actual science behind this one, but a friend of mine suggested donkeys years ago, when you take your medication, so you've somehow opened your box and you've taken your medication. So after you've taken your medication, have a hot drink. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is, hot coffee, hot tea, whatever you drink, to help it melt the tablets and get into the system quicker. Whether that actually works or is just a psychological thing, I don't know. But as I always say, anything is worth a try. And if you really like it, you can do it again. Okay. When the pain very first starts, take your medication. If you wait until the pain has really got a hold and then you take your medication, it's going to work a lot harder. So, again, just my thoughts. Have a hot drink after you've taken your tablets. I think often we're so tied up in thinking about other things, we forget the good old life hacks, like a hot water bottle. Sometimes a hot water bottle. My feet are like blocks of ice. I will be indoors all day. I'll have the heating on. I went to bed last night. My feet were absolutely freezing. So I just got myself a hot water bottle, popped it in the bed. I don't know if it's just me. We will have trouble sleeping, and there is a video coming about that. I find it harder to sleep if I haven't eaten and if my feet are very cold. So, something to bear in mind. Try to do a bit of light stretching. You don't have to do anything major. When you stand up, stretch your arms out, stretch your body up. If you can do some laying on the floor stretching, even better. If you do that on a regular basis, I'm pretty sure you'll find that It actually does help. Keeping moving. Now, I don't sit for more than 10 to 15 minutes at a stretch. Drives my kids mad. When I go to hospital appointments, doctor's appointments, I stand in the waiting room. I got myself some water. I've left it in the kitchen. I stand in the waiting room because sitting aggravates my back immensely. So keeping moving. You may well disagree with me on that, and that's fine. You do what works for you. I'm never saying my things are better. You know me. You know me by now, guys. If what you do works for you, fabulous, keep doing it. If you need some tips, I'm just giving you what I've learned, little life hacks and things. Try not to sleep during the day. I know. Maybe it's got to 4 nights and you haven't slept. Try really hard not to sleep during the day if you can possibly help it. It's not going to help you getting into a good sleep regime. If you regularly choke on food, make sure you always have a glass of water somewhere to hand. I choked in front of my daughter last night. A tablet got stuck right there. And she was like, drink some water. But I was actually starting to lose the ability to breathe, but I didn't want to panic her. So drinking some water wasn't really on my mind. So she grabbed me some water and checked and waited to see I was okay and got it down eventually. I had a hot drink. This one, you may throw something at your screen and completely disagree with me. That's absolutely fine. All I'm saying is, if you are prescribed a medication, I know you don't want to get addicted. I know that. But if you are prescribed medication, take it regularly. I've seen and heard of a lot of people misusing medication, by which I mean they're taking a certain medication on an ad hoc basis. I know for a fact that medication will not work on an ad hoc basis. This person was saying that they take it when they get panicky, whatever it was. The thing is, that particular medication takes up to 2 hours to kick in to your system. So I appreciate you don't want to get addicted. I really do. But if you need a medication, you need to take it. Whilst we're talking on the dodgy subject of medication, if you need antidepressants for depression, please take them. Antidepressants are not addictive. I know a lot about antidepressants, trust me. If you decide, yes, you're going to go down the route of antidepressants, you need to bear in mind they're going to take between 4 to 6 weeks to kick in. That's a long time. And if you don't take them every day, they won't work. And if you suddenly find they're working and you're like, yay, great, I'm not feeling depressed anymore, I'll stop taking them. Please don't. Please do not ever stop a prescribed medication like that is dangerous. It can make you incredibly ill, and you can have some really, really, really serious withdrawal symptoms. So I'll talk in length, I think, about this in another video, but I didn't want to take antidepressants, and my doctor said to me, this was 30 years ago, my doctor said to me, if you were diabetic, would you need insulin? And I was like, yeah. And he said, you need antidepressants. And I went away and thought about it, and I thought, yeah, it's not all the taboo subject of taking antidepressants, and you don't want people to know you're taking antidepressants. No, stop, just stop. If you need antidepressants, you need them. Try them. Give them at least 3 months to really kick in and work, and see how you get on. But I beg of you, don't stop taking them like that. Please. You'll plunge down a hill. You could get serious side effects like withdrawal, and it's not the way to go. If you want to stop taking the medication, go and see your GP or talk to your GP about should you stop them, how do you wean off them. But we can talk about that in length another time. It's something I feel very passionate about. So sorry I went off at a tangent there. If you're lonely, have your TV on in the background or a radio on. I do that. I always have either the TV or the radio on. I just find it's company. If you can't remember to do things, get yourself a book, write it down. My own personal thing, I've worked in very senior roles for years, and I've always found that, I don't know if everybody else is the same, I need to remember. I write it down. Now, maybe it's just a me thing, but I find once I've taken it from my brain to a pen to a piece of paper, one, I'm more likely to remember it, but two, I've also got the backup on the piece of paper. It's best to have a pad. You can put it all in together, and then you can find what you need. That's working at director level as a PA for years, so it stays with you. Stagger chores throughout your day. So you're having a good day, you think, right, I'll get through. Sorry about my little doggo there. You're having a good day. Don't go mad doing everything. Don't do the whole kitchen, wash the floor, do the bathroom, hoover through. Stagger your chores. And a friend of mine, her mum once said, the dust is still going to be there when I'm long gone. And how true is that? So stagger your chores out. Don't go crazy. And it's all about not pushing yourself. I've had to learn the hard way with that. So try really hard to stagger yourself. Sorry. Sweetheart, hey, Bobbit, come on. Come here. Good boy, come here. Something I found really, really, really hard to do and to accept at my age was to have handrails fitted. was to have handrails fitted. I had an extremely nasty fall in the shower. Seriously hurt myself. I have very serious balance issues. Slipped in the bath, slipped out of the bath onto the floor, smashed my head on the brick wall. It was lunchtime. Nobody was going to be home for hours. If I'd knocked myself out, or worse, I literally would have been on that floor, stark naked, soaking wet, possibly with a broken bone. I was lucky in that I didn't seriously hurt myself, but I was covered in bruises in every place you can think of. And it took a lot for me to accept that at 60, I needed handrails. But you just have to get to a point where you think, do I really want to struggle, or am I going to use handrails, get handrails fitted? Again, entirely up to you, but it's something I had to accept. Another good one. I think being a perfectionist is kind of part of the whole fibro thing. I used to enjoy ironing. Yeah, I know, weirdo, huh? But I used to find ironing therapeutic. Obviously, my kids, when they were young, they needed school uniform ironed. And so I ironed everything. I cannot remember the last time I got my ironing board out. I live in hoodies in the summer. In the summer, I live in hoodies in the winter. This is a really great video, isn't it? May not put this up, I don't know. I live in hoodies. So, when your ironing's dry, fold it, give it a good rub. So I lay the sweatshirt out flat, I rub it, I fold it neatly, and then I sit on them. Yep, that's how I do my ironing. I sit on it. And I was having a cup of coffee, and my son came round. He said, "What are you up to, Mum?" I said, "Oh, I'm just doing the ironing." Sitting having a cup of coffee. And he said, "Yeah, it looks like it." I was like, "It's under here, I'm sitting on it." It works. If you do a good job of laying the item out flat, folding it neatly, and then sitting on it, you don't have to iron again. So we've done the handrails, we've done the ironing. Another trick for me, these things in the shower, I have extremely small hands and I have problem gripping hold of things. The amount of times I've dropped these in the shower on my ankle, on my foot, heck, it hurts. Now, one of these and one of these, you can't quite see the size difference. So that's 900 mils, that's 500 mils. So what I do is, they're about the same price. So I buy the 900 mil. I take the top off. I decant it into my smaller one. And that way, when I drop this one on me, it doesn't hurt quite so badly. And I leave the lid open rather than closing it, and then with wet hands and no grip and trying to open the darn thing, I leave the lid. So I'm struggling already, even not with with dry hands. Leave the lid open. Just what I do. I do the same thing with these. These two are about the same price. I've got 1,190 mils and half 500 mil. They cost about the same price. If I tried to pick that up I always wear rubber gloves to wash up, stop my hands dry, cracking. That's hurting my arm already. Trying to pick that up with wet hands, it goes straight into the washing up, and I get covered completely with water, and then wash that water, and then I have to go and change. So I buy this one, I decant it into this one. This one I can hold easier. I also always leave the lid open. My children very kindly come and shut them for me. No, I've left it open for a reason, because wet hands, rubber gloves, I struggle to open it, so I always leave it open. Just one final one. If you're in the UK, I don't know about anywhere else, I'm afraid, get yourself one of these lanyards. It's a hidden disability lanyard, so you can wear that. What I do is, I don't know if you have to put a coin in for your trolleys elsewhere, but in the UK we do, and I keep mine on the end of my lanyard. So you either use a pound coin or you use one of these. You can buy them a lot of places. I just clip it. I clip it on to my lanyard so that if I do ever venture into the shops, I've got that for my trolley. And this shows that I I'm so sorry, I have an invisible illness. More and more people are starting to recognise these. And you can also put at the bottom, you can hang a card, especially if you're diabetic or you would need something. If you collapsed, you could put it on the bottom of your lanyard. So more and more people are seeing these now. They have got the quick unclip. I'm surprised I could do that. They've got the quick unclip. So you're not going to get it stuck around your neck or whatever. So these are really useful. I carry that in my handbag. I think that's the end of my tips. I'm ever so sorry about my puppy dog barking there. I need to learn how to stop and restart videos. I'm sorry if it's spoilt it for you. I have such a dry mouth today. Let me know what you think. Do you use any of the hacks? I think I've done all of them, wrote them all down. If you found this interesting, please do let me know. I don't want to be sitting here wittering on if you think, oh, yes, I know that, I already do that. You know, all at the end of the day, could this actually go any worse? To anybody new here, I don't edit my videos because I want you to see in real time what fibromyalgia looks like and how it affects me personally. But I am a weirdo. They broke the mold when they made me. I know I'm strange. I guess I'm like Marmite, love me or hate me. But please do let me know if you found that useful. And I would like to go back to the topic of medication only from a point of antidepressants. Not which ones to take. No, not going there. I'm never going to recommend a medication ever. Sorry if you don't like me for that or don't agree. That's absolutely fine, but no, you have to know somebody's full medical history before you start saying try this, try that, because there's lots of problems there. So no, I won't ever recommend it. But actually talking about, I take antidepressants. I've taken them for 30 years. My doctor has said to me, just expect to be on them for life. So I take my water up with me. I take my medication. That's another tip. You probably already do it. I take my medication up with me, and I take a flask of water, cold water, and I take my morning medication before I get out of bed. So I pop it in these, take it upstairs, and so I've got it up there. But again, I went off the subject. I take my antidepressant before I go to bed, and I know I can't cope without it because I've tried coming off my antidepressants so many times. I know I need them. Some of us need them, that's just a fact. But I'm not frightened of talking about them. I'm not recommending them. I'm just saying don't let it being a taboo subject or you thinking you're going to be addicted stop you. Like I say, we'll revisit it. So, as always, let me have your comments. I need to know if what I'm sitting here saying is of any use to you whatsoever. Let me know how you're all doing. This is our channel. It's me and all of you. Every single one of you. I love you all. You've given me a purpose in life again, and for that, I'm truly blessed and I thank you. I hope you found my little life hacks useful. Let me know if you do your ironing whilst having a cup of coffee. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It just helps it get to more people. That's my phone. What else can go wrong? What else? Subscribing helps it get to the videos get to more people. And probably if this is the first one they watch, they think, oh, I won't be coming back there. Okay, be kind to yourselves. Don't push yourselves. Take care. I love you all. And next time I will have a drink of water ready, not sitting in the kitchen. Bye, guys.